My husband kept calling me a bookkeeper at his family party while bragging about his job, until the FBI called me in front of everyone. I'm a forensic accountant who testifies in federal fraud cases. We were at his brother Danny's house for their son's graduation party, the whole extended family crammed into their backyard with those plastic folding tables. His cousin Beth asked what I did for work, and before I could answer, my husband jumped in. She does bookkeeping stuff, spreadsheets, office work. I started to correct him, but he kept talking. Not like what I do. Last week I resuscitated a guy who coded in the ambulance. Real life and death stuff. Everyone nodded appreciatively. His aunt actually said, "Wow, a real hero," while I sat there holding my plate of potato salad. "Actually, I investigate financial crimes," I said. My husband laughed. Actually laughed. "She makes it sound way more exciting than it is. She basically looks at receipts all day." His brother Danny piled on. "Must be nice having a desk job. Regular hours, air conditioning, no real pressure." I opened my mouth to explain that I'd just finished a case that sent 3 executives to prison for embezzling pension funds from 400 employees, but my husband had already launched into another story about a motorcycle accident he'd responded to. The conversation moved on without me. I spent the rest of the afternoon listening to him tell story after story while everyone hung on every word. Each time someone tried to include me, he'd redirect. She wouldn't understand the medical stuff, or that's too technical for her, or my personal favorite, she deals with numbers, not people. 3 hours of this. 3 hours of being minimized while his relatives treated him like he'd personally invented emergency medicine. Then my phone rang. My boss, on a Saturday. "Sorry to bother you on the weekend," she said, loud enough that the table could hear. "But the FBI needs you at the Mitchell building downtown immediately. That case you've been working? They found more victims. We need your analysis before they can make arrests." I stood up. "I have to go. Work emergency." My husband rolled his eyes. "What? Someone's calculator broke?" "The FBI needs me for an investigation," I said, already grabbing my keys. His cousin Beth's husband, quiet until now, suddenly spoke up. "Wait, you work with the FBI?" "She consults sometimes," my husband said quickly. "It's not a big deal." "Actually, it is," I said, done with this. "I'm the lead forensic analyst on a healthcare fraud case. $40 million was stolen from elderly patients. Without my work, these people don't get caught." The table went silent. My husband's face reddened. "You never mentioned the FBI," his aunt said, looking at my husband. "He doesn't like to talk about my work," I said, heading toward the gate. "Says it's boring." My phone rang again. This time I put it on speaker. "Listen, we've got senators asking about this case." My boss's voice carried across the yard. "DOJ wants you specifically. You're the only one who understands the full scope. Can you get here in 20? "On my way," I said. Danny's wife, Lisa, who'd been silent all afternoon, stood up. "That sounds pretty life and death to me. Those elderly victims." My husband tried to salvage. "It's not the same as what I do." Lisa turned to him. "You're right. You save one person at a time. She's saving hundreds." The silence that followed was beautiful. His brother Danny looked uncomfortable. "You really testify in federal court?" "Twice this month," I said. My husband's mouth opened, but nothing came out. His cousin Beth pulled out her phone. "I just Googled you. There's a whole article about that pension case. Says you were instrumental in the conviction." She looked up at my husband. "Did you know about this?" Of course he knew. He'd complained about me preparing testimony for weeks. Said I was being dramatic about it. That anyone could point at numbers on a spreadsheet. "I really have to go," I said. As I reached my car, I heard his aunt's voice carry across the yard. "So you've been telling us for 3 years that your wife has some little office job?" I didn't hear his response. I was already pulling away, heading downtown where my actual expertise was needed. That night he came home and found me still working at the kitchen table. FBI documents spread everywhere. "You embarrassed me," he said. I looked up from a financial statement showing destroyed retirement accounts. "No, you embarrassed yourself. Every time you diminished my career to make yours sound more important." He stood there for a full minute before walking to the bedroom. We haven't discussed it since, but he stopped talking about my work at family gatherings. His silence says everything his words never could.